Right now you're breathing, your heart is beating, but are you truly alive? Look in the mirror. What you see staring back at you is the result of every choice you've made until this moment. The tired eyes, the slumped shoulders, the defeated expression. This isn't you. This is what settling for average has done to you. Most people walk through life half asleep, accepting whatever comes their way. They wake up, drag themselves to jobs they hate, come home too tired to chase their dreams, and repeat this cycle until their fire dies completely. The pain isn't in failing, it's in never trying. It's in knowing you were meant for more but choosing to stay small. But something's different today. Maybe you felt it when you woke up. That burning sensation in your gut, that voice in your head getting louder, refusing to be ignored. It's your true self, breaking through the crust of mediocrity, demanding to be set free. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. The battle ahead isn't against the world, it's against the voice that says good enough, against the habit of settling, against the comfort of average. Your greatest enemy isn't failure, it's acceptance of mediocrity. And starting right now, that enemy's time is up. From the moment you're born, society starts building your cage. They call it safety. They call it security. They call it being reasonable. Every time you hear "be realistic," another bar is added. Every time someone says, "that's too risky," your cage gets smaller. Before you know it, you're trapped in a prison you can't even see. Look at how they do it. The education system teaches you to follow rules, never question authority, stay in line. The media bombards you with messages of fear, telling you to play it safe, take no risks, stay in your lane. Even well-meaning friends and family become unwitting guards of your prison, telling you to be practical, to settle down, to accept your lot in life. The comfort zone isn't comfortable at all. It's slow death by 1,000 compromises. Every dream you postpone, every risk you avoid, every challenge you run from adds another chain. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're really just dying slowly. Your muscles weaken, your mind dulls, your spirit breaks, all in the name of staying safe. Safety is the biggest lie ever sold to human beings. Nothing in nature is safe. Every animal, every plant, every living thing must grow or die. There is no middle ground. When you choose safety over growth, you're choosing death over life. Your comfort zone isn't protecting you, it's killing you. A muscle. When you don't use it, it atrophies. When you push it past its comfort zone, it grows stronger. Your mind, your spirit, your potential, they all work the same way. Every time you stay in your comfort zone, you're choosing to become weaker. Every time you break free, you grow stronger. The chains holding you back aren't real. They exist only in your mind. That voice telling you you can't isn't protecting you. It's imprisoning you. Those fears holding you back aren't keeping you safe. They're keeping you small. The comfort zone is a prison with no locks, no guards, no walls. The only thing keeping you there is your belief that you belong there. Breaking free starts with one decision, one moment of clarity when you realize that the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, one instant when you decide that you'd rather fail trying to be extraordinary than succeed at being ordinary. One choice to stop being a prisoner and start being free. Your comfort zone has taken enough from you. It's taken your dreams, your potential, your power. Today, right now, you're going to take them back. You're going to break those mental chains. You're going to step out of that invisible prison. You're going to choose growth over safety, strength over comfort, freedom over fear. Inside every human being lives a sleeping giant, a force so powerful it would frighten most people if they truly understood it. You've felt glimpses of it, those moments when danger threatened someone you loved, and suddenly you had strength you never knew existed. Those times when someone said you couldn't do something and you found power you didn't know you had. That's not adrenaline. That's your monster awakening. The average person uses only a tiny fraction of their true potential. Your body, your mind, your spirit, they're all operating at minimum capacity. You're like a nuclear power plant running on a single candle. The power is there, but you've been taught to keep it contained, to keep it controlled, to keep it sleeping. Your primal nature isn't something to be ashamed of. It's not something to suppress. It's your greatest gift. Every great achievement in human history came from someone who dared to unleash their monster. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every triumph started with someone who refused to stay tame, who chose to be powerful instead of polite. That raw energy you feel when you're angry, that's power waiting to be channeled, that fire in your gut when you're determined, that strength waiting to be unleashed, that voice in your head that says you could be more, that's your monster calling you to greatness. Stop fighting it, stop suppressing it, start directing it. Mental fortitude isn't built in comfort, it's built in combat, with your limitations, your fears, your doubts. Every time you want to quit but keep going, you're building mental strength. Every time you feel like giving up but push through, you're feeding your monster. Every time you face your fears instead of running, you're growing stronger. Most people will never tap into this power. They're too afraid of what they might become. They're too comfortable being weak. They'd rather live with the pain of regret than face the pain of transformation. But you're not most people. You're ready to become something more, something powerful, something unstoppable. Your monster doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't understand limitations. It knows only one thing: power. When you align yourself with this force, excuses disappear, limitations vanish. All that remains is pure, focused energy directed toward your goals. This is how ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. Building this power isn't complicated, but it's not easy. It starts with small battles. When your alarm goes off and you want to sleep in, that's a battle. When your muscles burn and you want to quit, that's a battle. When fear tells you to stay quiet, that's a battle. Win these small battles and you feed your monster. Lose them and you keep it sleeping. The world will try to sedate your monster. They'll tell you to calm down, to be reasonable, to stay in line. These are the voices of mediocrity, trying to keep you average. Your monster doesn't understand reasonable. It doesn't comprehend limits. It knows only growth, only power, only victory. Here's what happens when you finally unleash your monster. Your perspective shifts. Problems that seemed huge become trivial. Challenges that seemed impossible become opportunities. People who tried to stop you become irrelevant. You stop asking for permission to be powerful. You stop apologizing for being strong. This isn't about becoming destructive. It's about becoming unstoppable. Your monster isn't here to tear things down. It's here to build you up, to make you stronger, to push you past your limits, to transform you into something extraordinary. The only question is, are you ready to wake it up? Remember this: your monster isn't your enemy. Weakness is your enemy. Fear is your enemy. Mediocrity is your enemy. Your monster is your ally, your power source, your path to greatness. Stop fighting it. Start embracing it. Let it turn you into the force of nature you were meant to be. The battle for your life isn't won or lost in the big moments. It's won in the small choices you make every single day. Your morning routine isn't just a routine. It's your first battle of the day. Win this battle and you set yourself up for victory. Lose it, and you're already defeated before the day begins. When that alarm sounds at 5 a.m., you're facing your first enemy: comfort. Your bed is warm, your body resists, your mind makes excuses. This is where most people lose their first battle, but not you, not anymore. The moment that alarm sounds, you're up. No snoozing, no negotiating, no compromise. This isn't about being comfortable, this is about being unstoppable. First battle won. You're out of bed. Now comes your morning intensity routine. Cold shower, straight in. No hesitation. Let the cold water shock your system. Feel your body resist. Feel your mind protest. Push through it. This isn't about getting clean. It's about proving to yourself that discomfort can't stop you. 30 seconds under cold water builds more mental toughness than 30 minutes of motivation videos. Your body needs fuel, not pleasure. Your breakfast isn't about taste. It's about performance, protein, complex carbs, healthy fats. Prepare it the night before. No decisions to make. No willpower to waste. Fuel up like you're going to war, because you are. A war against mediocrity, against weakness, against your old self. Physical training isn't optional. It's not about looking good. It's about becoming stronger. Every rep, every set, every drop of sweat is building your monster. When your muscles burn, smile. When your lungs scream, push harder. When your mind says stop, do 5 more. This isn't torture. It's transformation. But physical training alone isn't enough. Your mind needs training too. 20 minutes of reading, not entertainment education, not fiction ammunition. Read books that challenge you. Read books that teach you. Read books that make you uncomfortable. Your mind is a weapon. Keep it sharp. Now comes the hardest part of your morning routine, facing your fears head on. Every day, write down one thing that scares you, one thing you've been avoiding, one thing you've been postponing because of fear. That's your target for today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Fear is like a shadow. The longer you run from it, the bigger it gets. But face it head on and you'll realize something. It's not as big as you thought. That phone call you've been avoiding, make it first thing. That conversation you've been dreading, have it today. That decision you've been postponing, make it now. Each fear you face makes you stronger. Each obstacle you overcome builds momentum. This is how you become unstoppable, not by avoiding challenges, but by actively seeking them out. By turning toward what scares you instead of away from it. Your daily schedule isn't about managing time. It's about managing energy. Plan your most challenging tasks for when your energy is highest. Don't waste your peak hours on trivial tasks. Attack your biggest challenges when you're strongest. This is how you build momentum. Momentum is your secret weapon. Every small victory feeds into the next one. Every challenge you overcome makes the next one easier. Every fear you face makes you braver. This is why you can't skip steps. This is why you can't take days off. This is why you can't make excuses. When obstacles appear, and they will, you don't stop. You don't slow down. You increase your intensity. This is where most people fail. They let obstacles break their momentum. But obstacles aren't stop signs. They're opportunities to prove how badly you want it. Your evening routine is just as important as your morning routine. Review your victories. Learn from your failures. Plan tomorrow's battles. Your evening routine isn't about winding down. It's about loading your weapon for tomorrow's war. Sleep isn't rest, it's recovery. Set a strict sleep schedule. No phones in the bedroom, no screens before bed. Your sleep is sacred because it's preparing you for tomorrow's battles. 7 hours of quality sleep will make you more powerful than 10 hours of broken sleep. This battle plan isn't a one-time thing. It's not something you do when you feel like it. It's not something you do when it's convenient. It's something you do every single day, without fail, without excuse, without compromise. This is how you build unstoppable momentum. Remember, every morning you have a choice. You can choose the easy path, the path of comfort, of mediocrity, of slow death, or you can choose the warrior's path, the path of growth, of strength, of transformation. The choice you make in that first moment when your alarm sounds sets the tone for your entire day. Your daily battle plan isn't just about activities, it's about identity. Every time you win these small battles, you're not just building habits, you're building a warrior. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you're not just building discipline, you're building a monster. This is your blueprint for transformation. This is your path to power. This is your daily battle plan. Now execute it. No excuses, no compromises, no retreat. Your new life begins with your next decision. Make it count. Nothing worth having comes free. The life you dream of has a price tag, and that price isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in sacrifice, in pain, in giving up what most people consider normal. You want to be extraordinary? Then you must be willing to give up being ordinary. First, understand this. Comfort is the enemy of achievement. Every great success story starts with someone willing to be uncomfortable. You think champions are comfortable? You think leaders are comfortable? You think warriors are comfortable? No. They've learned to find comfort in discomfort. They've trained themselves to thrive where others break. Your comfortable bed, sacrifice it for early mornings. Your favorite foods, sacrifice them for fuel that serves your goals. Your lazy weekends, sacrifice them for training. Your mindless entertainment, sacrifice it for education. Every comfort you cling to is a chain holding you back from greatness. But giving up physical comforts is just the beginning. The real price of greatness is paid in relationships. Not everyone in your life will understand your transformation. Not everyone will support it. Some will try to talk you out of it. Some will try to drag you back to mediocrity. Some will leave your life entirely. This is where most people break. They can handle physical discomfort, but they can't handle being misunderstood. They can push through pain, but they can't push through loneliness. Here's the truth. Greatness is lonely. Leadership is lonely. Transformation is lonely. The higher you climb, the fewer people you'll find around you. But this isolation isn't a punishment, it's a gift. It's in isolation that you find your true strength. It's in isolation that you build your character. It's in isolation that you forge your monster. When you're alone, there's no one to impress, no one to compete with, no one to compare yourself to. It's just you against your former self. The pain you feel, that's not your enemy. Pain is the chisel that's sculpting you into something extraordinary. The burning in your muscles, that's weakness leaving your body. The ache in your mind, that's old limitations being broken. The hurt in your heart, that's your old self dying so your new self can emerge. Most people run from pain. They numb it with distractions, with substances, with excuses. But you're not most people. You understand that pain is your ally. Every rejection, every failure, every setback is fuel for your transformation. You don't just endure pain, you transform it into power. A sword. It's not gently asked to become sharp. It's hammered, heated, folded, and beaten until it becomes a weapon. That's what this pain is doing to you. Every hit you take, every fall you endure, every tear you shed is part of your forging process. You're not being destroyed, you're being created. The price of greatness is paid daily. It's paid in the choices you make when no one is watching. It's paid in the battles you fight inside your own head. It's paid in the times you choose hard over easy, growth over comfort, strength over weakness. Every day the bill comes due. Every day you must choose to pay it. Your old friends might not understand why you can't party with them anymore. Your family might not understand why you need to train on holidays. Your coworkers might not understand why you don't waste time gossiping. Let them misunderstand. Their understanding isn't part of your price tag. The hardest price you'll pay is giving up your excuses. No more blaming others. No more justifying mediocrity. No more explaining why you can't. Every excuse you give up costs you your comfort zone. Every responsibility you accept costs you your safety net. Every step toward greatness costs you your retreat path. But here's what most people don't understand about the price of greatness. You pay it anyway. Every day you choose comfort over growth, you pay with your potential. Every time you choose safety over risk, you pay with your dreams. Every moment you choose mediocrity over greatness, you pay with your life. The difference is what you get in return. Pay the price of comfort, and you get a comfortable life, safe, predictable, and ultimately unfulfilling. Pay the price of greatness, and you get an extraordinary life, challenging, meaningful, and ultimately triumphant. This transformation isn't just about what you lose. It's about what you gain. You lose fair-weather friends, but gain unshakable strength. You lose comfortable numbness, but gain intense clarity. You lose the safety of mediocrity, but gain the thrill of achievement. Every sacrifice brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. The price of greatness isn't a one-time payment. It's not something you pay, and then you're done. It's a continuous investment in your own evolution. Every day you must choose again. Every day you must pay again. Every day you must prove again that you want greatness more than you want comfort. Remember this, the pain is temporary, the transformation is permanent, the isolation will end, the strength will remain, the sacrifice will be forgotten, the achievement will be remembered. Pay the price, pay it fully, pay it gladly, because the person you become in the process is worth every penny. Your life right now is the sum total of your habits. Not your intentions, not your hopes, not your dreams, your habits. Those small actions you repeat every single day have built the person you see in the mirror. Want to build something different? Then you need to build different habits. Most people think transformation requires massive action. They try to change everything at once. They go from 0 to 100 overnight. And they fail. Why? Because massive changes trigger massive resistance. Your mind and body fight back against sudden change, but they can't fight back against small, consistent actions. Water. One drop won't crack a boulder, but drops of water, falling consistently day after day, year after year, can split mountains. That's how you're going to build your empire. Not with one massive push, but with small, consistent actions that become unbreakable habits. Start with one habit. Make it so small it seems ridiculous. Want to become a reader? Start with 1 page per day. Want to become stronger? Start with 1 push-up per day. Want to build a business? Make 1 sales call per day. These aren't your final goals. They're your starting points. Here's why this works. Small actions bypass your resistance. Your mind can't argue against 1 push-up. Your schedule can't reject 1 minute of reading. Your fear can't stop you from making 1 call. By making the action small enough, you remove all excuses, all barriers, all resistance. But here's the secret. You won't stop at one. Once you're on the floor, you'll do more than one push-up. Once you're reading, you'll read more than one page. Once you're making calls, you'll make more than one call. The hardest part isn't doing the action, it's starting the action. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Every time you do what you say you'll do, even something small, you build self-trust. Every time you follow through on your commitment, you strengthen your character. Every time you show up, you prove to yourself that you're becoming someone who shows up. Most people focus on intensity over consistency. They'd rather do a brutal workout once a month than a moderate workout every day. They'd rather make 100 calls in one day than 5 calls every day. This is why they fail. Intensity makes stories. Consistency makes results. Your habits need triggers, specific times and places when they happen. Don't say, I'll read every day. Say, I'll read one page every morning after my first cup of coffee. Don't say, I'll exercise regularly. Say, I'll do my push-ups every day right after I brush my teeth. Be specific, be precise, remove ambiguity, and track your habits, not to impress others, but to impress upon yourself the power of consistency. Make a mark on your calendar every day you follow through. Watch those marks build up. Watch your streak grow. Let those visual reminders fuel your commitment. Let them remind you of who you're becoming. Your habits stack. One solid habit becomes the foundation for the next one. Once your morning push-ups are automatic, add a second habit. Once your daily reading is consistent, add another positive action. Build your empire one brick at a time, one habit at a time, one day at a time. Guard your habits like a soldier guards their post. Don't let anything interfere with them. Not convenience, not comfort, not other people's demands. Your habits are the building blocks of your future. Protect them, prioritize them, fight for them. When you miss a day, and you will miss days, never miss twice. This is crucial. Missing one day makes a hole in your habit. Missing 2 days makes a pattern. Missing 3 days starts a new habit, the habit of quitting. Don't let one miss become 2. Don't let a temporary slip become a permanent slide. Your environment either supports your habits or sabotages them. Set up your environment for success. Want to read more? Keep a book by your coffee maker. Want to exercise more? Put your workout clothes next to your bed. Want to eat better? Stock your kitchen with fuel, not junk. Make your environment work for you, not against you. Small habits compound. Reading 1 page a day becomes 30 pages a month, becomes 365 pages a year. 1 push-up a day becomes 30 push-ups a month, becomes hundreds of push-ups a year. Small actions repeated consistently create massive results. Your habits reveal your priorities, not your words, not your wishes, your habits. When you say health is a priority but have no health habits, you're lying to yourself. When you say success is important but have no success habits, you're deceiving yourself. Your habits tell the truth about what you truly value. Build habits that build other habits. Exercise builds discipline, which helps with diet, which improves sleep, which increases energy, which enhances productivity. Good habits create upward spirals. Each positive habit makes the next one easier. Some days you won't feel motivated. Some days you won't feel strong. Some days you won't feel ready. Do it anyway. Your habits don't care about your feelings. Your future doesn't care about your feelings. Your empire isn't built on feelings, it's built on habits. Remember this, every habit you build is a brick in your empire. Every consistent action is mortar holding those bricks together. Every day you follow through is another level added to your tower of achievement. You're not just building habits, you're building a legacy. Your habits will make you or break you. There is no middle ground. Every habit is either lifting you up or pulling you down. Every action is either building your empire or undermining it. Choose your habits carefully. Build them consistently. Guard them fiercely. Because in the end, your habits will determine your destiny. Identity is not something you're born with. It's something you build. Every action you take, every decision you make, every battle you fight is either strengthening your new identity or reinforcing your old one. You're not just changing what you do, you're changing who you are. That person you're afraid of becoming, that's exactly who you need to be. Not the monster who destroys, but the monster who achieves. Not the force that breaks things down, but the power that builds things up. The person who makes others uncomfortable because your very existence reminds them of their own untapped potential. Most people live their entire lives trying to be acceptable, trying to fit in, trying to be liked. But respect isn't earned through likability. It's earned through consistency, through unwavering dedication to your principles, through the daily demonstration of your power. When you stop trying to be liked and start focusing on being respected, everything changes. Your new identity isn't built on words, it's built on actions. When you say you'll do something, you do it. When you make a commitment, you keep it. When you set a standard, you maintain it. This consistency creates an aura of authority around you. People start to notice, they start to watch, they start to follow. Leadership isn't assigned, it's earned. It's earned through the examples you set, through the standards you maintain, through the excellence you demand from yourself before you demand it from others. True leadership isn't about controlling others. It's about being so in control of yourself that others want to follow your example. Your presence should be felt before you speak. Your energy should fill a room before you open your mouth. This isn't about intimidation, it's about inspiration. When you've fully stepped into your power, people feel it, they respond to it, they respect it. And the old you was afraid of standing out. The new you understands that standing out is your responsibility. The old you wanted to blend in with the crowd. The new you realizes that breaking from the crowd is the only way to lead them to something better. The old you feared judgment. The new you welcomes it as proof that you're no longer playing small. Every morning when you look in the mirror, you're either seeing your old identity or forging your new one. Every choice you make is either reinforcing who you were or building who you're becoming. There is no neutral ground. You're either growing into your power or shrinking from it. Your new identity requires new standards. Standards for how you carry yourself. Standards for how you speak. Standards for how you work. Standards for how you live. These standards aren't about impressing others. They're about expressing your true nature, about living up to your own potential. The respect you command isn't demanded. It's earned. It's earned through the battles you fight when no one's watching, through the disciplines you maintain when no one's keeping score, through the standards you uphold when no one's checking. Real respect isn't given because of what you say. It's given because of who you are. This transformation isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. About stripping away the limitations, the fears, the doubts that have kept your true self hidden. About unleashing the power that's always been inside you. Remember, the person you're becoming is someone you once feared becoming. Not because that person is fearsome, but because that person is powerful. Not because that person is dangerous, but because that person is unstoppable. You're not just changing your habits, you're claiming your power. You're not just building a routine, you're building a legacy. Listen carefully, because this is the moment everything changes. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when the time is right. Right now, this very second, the clock is ticking, and every moment you wait is a moment of power lost forever. You've heard the truth about what's holding you back. You've learned what it takes to become unstoppable. You've seen the path to power. Now there's only one question left. What are you going to do about it? Your excuses have kept you comfortable. They've kept you safe. They've kept you weak. But comfort is no longer an option. Safety is no longer acceptable. Weakness is no longer tolerable. The time for excuses died the moment you decided to become a monster. Right now, someone else is out there taking action. Right now, someone else is getting stronger. Right now, someone else is building their empire. While you're thinking about it, they're doing it. While you're planning it, they're living it. While you're dreaming it, they're becoming it. The next move is yours, not your family's, not your friends, not your mentors. Yours. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to push you. Nobody is coming to transform you. This is your battle, your transformation, your moment. Take action now. Not small action, not safe action. Massive, immediate, unstoppable action. Turn off this recording and do something right now that proves you're serious. Something that scares you. Something that challenges you. Something that starts your transformation. The monster is waiting. The power is ready. The time is now.